Go.
There's the office. I don't know if you have to go to the park office, pay fees here. We're finally here. Yeah. Mile 0. And that's where we're camping for the night. Okay, we're here. So put the tent up.
Of today, who do you see riding across the USA? Well, who camps out on the open range and who stays warm by the campfire flames, drinking their whiskey straight from the jug, shooting their guns because it's the life that they love? Well, tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? The cowboy had a code to protect his own. Wherever the cowboy camped was a cowboy's home. Well, who still sleeps with a gun in his hand and who's still ready to take a stand? Who'd rather die in the dead of night than to lose his gear without giving a fight? Well, tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? The cowboy loved his horse more than his lady true. Well, who loves today in the way that they used to do? Rawhide gloves and some even chaps. They ride iron horses with bags and packs, and you call them outlaws that don't belong. They're wild and crazy, full of fire and fun. But tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? Asked to leave before they ride into town, and who likes to fist fight?
Okay, done. Tent up. We spent a bit of time thinking about how to get coffee, because coffee matters, and in the end we came up with these Folgers coffee but singles. They're coffee bags and they're actually pretty good. What's not so good is all the different types of instant coffee you can get, and I wasn't carrying an 8-ounce coffee maker because seriously, who does that? In case she ever actually does see this, I just thought I'd show you our Dixie-inspired cook pot. So this is about boiling. Close. We've got 9.4 miles to do today. That's the plan. But like all good plans, who knows what will happen? Oh, the string's gone in. Oh well, I'll fish it out. Okay, I think this is about ready. I fished the string out, it's now all wet and nasty. But this doesn't take 2 minutes. Here you go, darling. Cheers. Well, we're ready to go. The trail's that way. You ready, darling? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Are you following me or am I following you? Alright, let's go.
Oh, I don't do anything on that.
And there is our first blue blaze. The guy, the warden or campground guy here, said he painted the blue blazes for the first 8 miles of this trail, and he kept them fairly close together so that idiots like us wouldn't get lost, and particularly for those who want to night hike. They're in gloss paint and they will show up really nicely with a decent headlight. So here we have Ouachita Trail. Dead Man Gap is where we cross the highway, and we are going 1.4 miles past there. Well, we're doing something right. Mile 1. And up we go. Okay, seriously, this is pretty tough. Neither Jodie or I are fit. And this uphill is kicking our butts. And I'm going to slap the next person who tells me Oklahoma is flat. Because it sure isn't flat here. It is beautiful though, if you like trees. Somewhere back here is a wife. There she is. Okay, this is the first junction. Looks like the trail goes on, but it doesn't. It turns right. There is a circular trail that goes around Old Military Road. But we're going to Dead Man's Gap. It's pretty steep uphill, this first section. And although this camera won't give you an idea, it is steeper up there. I think about the first 1.25 miles is steep uphill, and then for the rest of the day we should be level or downhill. Here's hoping. I was trying to give you an idea of how steep this is. The camera's level when I hold it that way. And there goes Jodie. This is a climb. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this hike a little. We haven't done this before. We've been planning it for months, and we've watched a lot of videos and made decisions about things we needed to buy and things that we could make do with. One of the interests was keeping the weight down that we would have to carry. I already had a bunch of stuff because I'd gathered lightweight camping stuff together for the motorcycle trips. So we had to buy some stuff, but it wasn't major. But almost everything we're doing today is the first time. Jodie's never done any serious hiking. There's a mile marker. I did when I was younger, but I'm nearly 60 and younger is like 20 or 25. Neither of us are fit. We'd both like to be, but we're not there yet. So we came on this 2-day outing with a goal in mind. Not an expectation, but just something to aim for. We were looking at going from Talimena State Park to the first shelter on the trail, which is 9.4 miles. Right now, I don't know if we'll make it, but it was a goal and it's not compulsory. So we're doing everything for the first time. First time in a brand new tent. First time for Jodie with a sleeping pad and a quilt. First time using hiking poles, which I love. I've seen them and I've seen them talked about, but I've never tried them. And it took about 5 minutes to think, I never want to hike without these things again. They make sure that at absolute minimum, you've always got 2 points of contact with the ground. They make your arms and shoulders, your upper body work going uphill. And they help slow your descent going downhill. If a rock slips, you've got something else, at least one thing on the ground. I mean, the things are awesome. Of course, I'm holding a camera now, so I'm not actually using them. But we're on a fairly flat bit. So everything's new. And out of the gate, we had no idea what we could accomplish. The other out of the gate problem with this trail, beautiful as it is that it starts with 800 feet of ascent over the first mile and a half. We're up there now. And when you're not fit and everything's new, it hurts. Still, it's done now. So I don't know how far we're going to get today. There are a few places that we could stop along the way if we wanted to. And maybe we'll pick one of them. But I'm enjoying myself. And Jodie is right back there. Well, we were wondering where we would find water, and this will do. This looks pretty clean, but it's getting filtered. Okay, sour squeeze bottle, sour squeeze microfilter, which I'm told works pretty well. One into the other. Or not. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going great. I'm going to stop that. Okay, we made it up our 800-foot climb. It was tough. And it's coffee time. Let's take a look at where we're at. We're at the top of the first part of today's climb. The second part is much shorter. And we just found a nice little shady place. Take a break, have coffee down there, get something to eat. We earned it. Okay, we made it to camp. We didn't get quite as far as we'd planned. I think we're 7.6 miles. A place called Bohannon Creek. We had planned originally about 9.4 to a shelter. But we planned in the dark. We had no idea what we were capable of, what the track was like. It was rough. We had, I don't know, 1,000 feet of climbing, maybe 1,200. And really, really rough track. I mean, rocky, and neither of us are fit. And it was a hard day. So we're really pleased with where we got to. We've set up camp, and I'll show you that in a minute. Jodie's over there. There she is. She's filling up the water. There's a creek over there. We'll get something to eat when that's done. Probably get an early night. I am exhausted, and I know she is too. So, everything worked well, apart from my legs. I mean, the poles, the tent. I'll show you the tent in a minute. Just the arrangements for food and coffee, and yeah, pretty successful. So tomorrow we can get up as and when we please. We have 0.8 of a mile, which will bring us back onto Route 1, which is the Talimena Scenic Byway, and we are going to hitch back to the state park where the car is, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be good. Okay, I'll just give you a brief tour of where we're at, and then I'm going to go and make some supper. Let's take a look around. Okay, we got this. It is a top tent, double rainbow. I believe there's a logo down there. And we spent the one night in it last night. It was awesome. We had no problems at all. You can set it up a couple of ways. A couple of air mattresses. We're just in the middle of a forest. The creek's down there. And Jodie's doing creaky things with a soy water filter. There she is. And they're complaining about being on camera, but you know, she does. So we just got this little clearing here. The trail, if anybody wants to know where the trail is here. This is the path. And if I turn around, you'll probably see a blue blaze. Oh, there's one down there. There we go. I don't know what the rules are. I know they expect you to get a little off the trail, but the place that's recommended to be a campsite is right there, and it is not off the trail. It is no more off the trail than we are, and quite honestly we've seen 3 people this entire day, so I'm okay with where we're at, and we're certainly not moving. These things here, they were cheap. They're carbon. They are Cascade Mountain design. They weigh under a pound a pair. cork handles, and they have been the best thing since sliced bread today. I am very happy with them. Oh, they were $35 a pair. I've seen the leaky ones, I've seen Mountain Designs. They're getting on between £100 and £170 a pair. They may be better than those, I'm not sure. But we're sticking with what we've got. They sure made that trek a little easier. And Jodie is doing the business with the Sawyer. And it looks like she's been busy. How's it going? Nearly done? Well, I'm almost ready for food. Are you?
Yeah, just on the top.
All right. Okay. Okay, we made it to Deadman's Gap, which is here. This is where it ends for us. We're going to try and get a ride back to Talimena State Park. But we found our first actual trail angel. Whoever left that, we don't need it, but we thank you anyway. We got a ride. Dang, this is going quicker than any of our walking did.